In this video, I will demonstrate experiment 18.4, preparing an insoluble salt by precipitation. In this experiment, we will prepare lead-2 sulfate by precipitation reaction between lead-2 nitrate.
ठीक है, अब देखो lead-2 सल्फेट बनाना है बच्चों, तो एक insoluble salt lead सल्फेट ना, तो lead का नाइट्रेट ले लोगे फर्स्ट पार्ट का, ठीक है। और could you predict what should be another salt बच्चों? Which sulfate we should use? अमरीन, तुबा, अलीजा, सोडियम सल्फेट, ठीक है। या तो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड यूज करें या सोडियम सल्फेट या
Solution and sodium sulfate solution. So let's get started. First of all, place 20.
Actually, they're just measuring. Sorry.
Due to the
Two solutions, ठीक है।
mix the two solutions.
Now
White
see,
precipitate is observed.
these are
This
the
is due to the
precipitates.
formation of insoluble lead-2 sulfate.
ठीक है, अब ये हमारे पास soluble salt भी है इसमें और insoluble salt भी है, ठीक है। Whenever there's going to be the precipitates forms, there will be, this turns like cloudy, right? Precipitation reaction. Now what you will do, we are going to separate it, so we are going to get,
Stir the mixture with the glass rod.
because इसमें भी sodium like हमारे पास कौन सा salt होगा? Sodium sulfate.
Moving on to the separation and purifying steps. First,
sodium
prepare
nitrate
the
है इसमें भी
filtration
और
setup.
lead sulfate है, ठीक है। So they're just going to filter the solution, right? ठीक है, हमने फिल्टर कर लिया। अब देखो, in the filtrate we'll get sodium nitrate, ठीक है, and the residue or the salt, insoluble salt will be there as a residue, ठीक है। अब the next step is going to be, you have to wash the residue, and how you're going to make sure that all of the precipitates are transferred into the filter paper. So you're going to add some water and transfer the washings from there, ठीक है। And also you need to rinse, okay, like you have to wash with distilled water.
Leave the precipitate to stand for several minutes for drying. Hold the still water from a plastic wash.
Now they're just washing with cold distilled water.
Minutes for drying.
अच्छा, अब cold distilled water इसमें इसलिए कह रहे हैं बच्चों, because के soluble ना हो जाए precipitate, ठीक है।
Spatula. Transfer the precipitate.
अब these are the precipitates. Now they're just going to dry between the filter paper like this, ठीक है। These are the precipitates.
Dry the precipitate by gently pressing them between pieces of filter paper.
Dry between the filter paper भी कर सकते हो. You can place these precipitates in the warm oven or the desiccator.
You can further dry the precipitate by putting it into a desiccator.
ठीक है, or you can put it into a warm oven, right?
You can also dry the precipitate in an oven.
ठीक है girls, did you understand this process now?
Yes.
ठीक है, तो अच्छा, now I will just let you know बेटे, how are you going to draw, how are you going to write down its ionic equation, ठीक है। IGCSE में 3 marks की equation आती है and you can easily do it, okay। So how are you going to write down the ionic equation for the precipitation reaction? You even do not have to break up the substances which are in aqueous form. अब जैसे कि हमने पहले salt जो बनाया था, that was barium sulfate, ठीक है। So barium sulfate was one of the insoluble salt, ठीक है। To write down its ionic equation, पता है क्या करो? Write down the salt which is formed, that is barium sulfate. It is, as it's an insoluble salt, so its state symbol will be solid, ठीक है। एरो बनाओ, पहले प्रोडक्ट लिखो, ठीक है। अच्छा, write down its cation part, that is barium. अच्छा, what should be the charge over barium? Should be +2. Why? Because sulfate is -2, तो barium +2 हो गया और it's in group 2, ठीक है। Write down its anion part, that is sulfate, right? अच्छा, remember that like insoluble salt was formed by mixing 2 soluble salt solutions. So means both of these are going to be aqueous. ठीक है girls? Do you get it? अच्छा,
Yes.
यहाँ पर another salt they made was lead sulfate. इसका बनाते हैं, solid है, इसका cation part लिखो, that is lead +2. इसका anion part, that's going to be sulfate, and the both are from aqueous. So like in IGCSE, 3 marks are going to be covered. 1 mark for writing correct state symbols of the reactants product, another marking point for writing correct reactants and its ions, and another marking point for the formula of the product, ठीक है, आप ये नोट कर लो. उसके बाद आई एम गिविंग यू वन ऑफ द insoluble salt. You try to write down its marking points, or you can just share verbally with me. ठीक है, and write down its ionic equation. ठीक है, and if any problem in insoluble salt preparation, please ask me. I can repeat, no problem. Okay, should I erase it, बच्चों?
Yes, miss.
Great. Ambreen, Toba, you also have done, बेटे?
Yes.
ठीक है. अच्छा, now see, I am asking you बच्चों to write down the preparation of silver chloride and insoluble salt. ठीक है, इसकी मुझे आयनिक इक्वेशन लिख के दिखाओ, इसके मार्किंग पॉइंट्स बताओ. ठीक है, रिमेंबर यू नीड टू डिसाइड के कौन से सॉल्यूशंस लोगे. राइट, 3 minutes are enough बच्चों.
Yes, miss.
ठीक है. Yeah, girls, are we done, बच्चों?
Yes, miss.
Everything? Okay. So I'm just writing its ionic equation. You check, right?
बहुत
Silver
पुराना है
ions plus chloride ions is going to give us silver chloride, right? ठीक है? And then what will be its marking points, girls? Mix solutions of, आप चेक कर लो अपना आंसर, ठीक है बच्चों? Solutions of क्या लेंगे? Silver nitrate and sodium chloride. ठीक है? Then what you will do, बाकी सारे के सारे marking points will be same. Filter the solution, you filter the precipitate. उसके बाद wash the residue with cold distilled water and dry between the filter paper. Clear है ये बात बेटे?
bro. How can you even look at a चल वो सीट बेल्ट नहीं लगाई हुई इस पिक्चर से कहाँ से बस
हाँ ये क्या गलत है? Are you getting it, girls?
बाबा ने फेवर
बात ये है
Yes.
ठीक है.
अ,
Can you move further?
बाबा के पास ऐप पे
Insoluble
आगे
salt.
लगा पहले से
Make-
ये 19 मई का है
अच्छा. So one of the thing is till here. ठीक है बेटे? Now we're going to move to soluble salt preparation. ठीक है? देखो insoluble salt में mix करा, उसके बाद जो है फिल्टर किया और वॉश किया. ठीक है? एक और प्रैक्टिस कर लो बच्चों. Suppose you have to make कौन सा सॉल्ट insoluble होता है बाकी? सिल्वर क्लोराइड हमने कर लिया. बेरियम
स्पीड के अंदर नहीं पता
नहीं. Lead chloride. ठीक है? So what will be the marking points for lead chloride? Lead chloride is also one of the insoluble salt. जल्दी से मुझे बता दो. So for lead chloride, you are going to take, what will be the reagents, girls? Aliza, Tuba, and Ambreen. First part का क्या लेंगे? Nitrate. So we are going to make solutions of lead nitrate and sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. Very good. And then you have to बस filter, उसके बाद जो है wash and dry the residue. और इसकी ionic equation ऐसे लिखेंगे, इसका cation part, ठीक है? और there are two chloride ions, ठीक है? CCl minus ही होता है, right? But there are two chloride ions and they both are from aqua solutions, right?
Miss,
I
I
hope-
have a question.
Yeah, say, Aliza.
So here we're putting it in the nitrate and sodium, and the question before we did it different. How do we know where to apply what?
See, we have to make an insoluble salt, na, Aliza? So whichever is the insoluble salt, so first cation part, whatever is the first part of the salt, that's the cation, ठीक है? You're just going to attach with the nitrate. Okay, Aliza?
Yeah.
And whatever is your second part of an anion of the salt, you're going to attach this anion with group 1 salt. ठीक है? Like if that's going to be chloride, so you're just going to take sodium chloride. Did you get it?
Okay.
Like depending on which salt you're preparing, but the thing is same, right? The solutions are same. You're going to take first part nitrate and second part group 1 salt. Right, Eliza? Did you understand,
Yeah.
Betty? Like, for instance, Betty, I have to make magnesium carbonate. So what solutions I'll take?
Nitrate.
Magnesium nitrate, हाँ, shabash. And which carbonate should we take, girls?
Sodium.
Sodium carbonate, that's it. ठीक है? Is that clear? And it's and it's ionic equation Mg plus 2 plus CO3 minus 2, right? Now let's move to the like soluble salt preparation. That's going to be more lengthier, but the thing is that all three methods are going to have same marking points, right? We know that you might have done the reactions of acids with the base, with metals, with metal carbonates, right? To make salt, water, salt, hydrogen, salt, carbon dioxide, and water. So accordingly, soluble salts can be prepared when excess of metal react with dilute acid. ठीक है? like I'm going to write on excess and let you know each and every point that why we are using that excess. Okay? So one of the like method to prepare soluble salt is that use of excess of metal plus dilute acid. Second method is going to be use excess of metal carbonate plus dilute acid. Metal carbonate plus dilute acid. Right. Third method is going to be use excess of metal oxide. Maria, Assalamu alaikum. Is it Anaya or Maria?
I'm Maria.
Maria. Okay, Maria. Betty, I have done the recording, yeah? So you could watch it then. Okay, otherwise you can just
Okay,
continue.
thank you, Miss.
I explained about preparation of insoluble salt. Then in the beginning we did alloys, right? And some questions. So you can let me know after watching the video if you have any problem, you could ask me, right?
Okay.
So yeah, third method is excess of metal oxide plus dilute acid. अच्छा बच्चों, all like marking points for all of these three methods are going to be same marking points, right? There is one more method that is known as titration, ठीक है? That is going to be reaction of metal hydroxide or a soluble base. Metal hydroxide. We say that soluble base plus acid. Soluble base plus dilute acid. ठीक है?
बढ़िया सही है।
I hope it's clear. Like these are the methods. अब थोड़ा सा बेटे इसमें rote learning है, but ठीक है, but I'll try my level best कि through the videos and all I can just make it easier. ठीक है? अच्छा तो that's first method, that use of excess of metal plus dilute acid. We cannot use this method to make group 1 salts, right? Or ammonium salts. We cannot use this method to make group 1 salts because they are highly reactive metals. ठीक है? So which metal salts can be prepared by this method are going to be measured salts usually. ठीक है? Measured, like M stands for magnesium, A stands for aluminium, Z stands for zinc, I stands for iron, and T stands for tin. ठीक है? So magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, and tin salts can be usually made by this method. ठीक है? We cannot use this wala method for making group 1 salts or even the salts which are less reactive. Like you cannot even prepare copper, silver, or lead salts because they are very, very less reactive. They do not react with dilute acid. ठीक है, girls? Did you understand till here?
Yes.
ठीक है. अच्छा, second method we could use is going to be to make any soluble salt except group 1 and ammonium. Any soluble salt can be prepared using this method except group 1 and ammonium salt. ठीक है? अच्छा, then a third method is used, like use of excess of metal oxide and dilute acid. This method could be used for making silver, lead salts and copper. ठीक है? Again repeating, this method, like excess of metal oxide plus dilute acid, can be used to make silver के salts, lead के salts and copper के salts. ठीक है? Right, बेटे? As silver, lead and copper are quite less reactive metals, so whenever you make these salts, you are even going to use warm acid to increase the rate of reaction. ठीक है? बाकी I'll just let you know in the detail when we are doing it, like when I'm explaining you the marking points. ठीक है? And now let me know, is there any problem till here, girls? Eliza, Tuba, Ambreen, Maria?
No.
Okay,
No, Miss.
so the last one, like use of metal hydroxide, soluble base or metal hydroxide and dilute acid, we do say that it's a titration, like you're going to use a burette and a pipette and an indicator, right? This method is used to make group 1 के salts and ammonium salts. इसका थोड़ा सा process is going to be lengthy but easy. I'll show you the video, आप marking points करेंगे. इसका detailed process आता है when they are asking planning question in paper 6 marks का. Okay. Otherwise, in on paper 4, they just ask that which acid or alkali is going to be used. Okay. Before we just go in the detail, inshallah, we'll be doing this in the detail in Thursday's class. Okay. Thursday class also can you take at 6 p.m. PST, bachcho?
Yes.
Other than 5 p.m.
Sure,
PST.
ma'am.
Okay. Then too, I will
Yeah,
share the
sure.
message in the group, inshallah, 6 p.m. PST. Okay. Other than 5 p.m. PST. Acha. I will just tell you one more thing here, बच्चों. इसको यहीं से continue करेंगे. I want your feedback over here. Suppose I have to make chloride ka salt. So, which acid should I use in these methods? I have to make sulfate ka salt. So, which acid should I use? I have to make nitrate ka salt. So, which acid should I use? Brilliant, shabash. Good job. अब देखो क्लोराइड का सॉल्ट है बच्चों, so I will be using हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड. ठीक है. अगर मुझे सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का सॉल्ट बनाना है, like soluble salt, तो I will be using sulfuric acid.
निकल 20
Right?
पड़े
Similarly, I have to make nitrate का कोई सॉल्ट, तो मैं कौन सा सॉल्ट एसिड यूज करूंगी? नाइट्रिक एसिड. Did you understand this, girls? Aliza, Tuba, Ambreen
Yes.
and Maria.
Yes.
चलो यहाँ तक के करके we'll just proceed in the next class. ठीक है, take care, see you. Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
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 Hafiz बेटे. Hafiz.